Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 51. And this workout absolutely sucked. Really did not feel like I was performing at my best. I say that a lot, but it's foolish to expect yourself to perform at your best every single time. Peak performance isn't something that just happens on the fly every single workout. Workouts that suck are a part of the process too. But it's very difficult to have that kind of thought when you're doing the workout and you're in the midst of it, and all of the sort of negative nagging thoughts and the disappointed emotions come through. So to start off with, I did my normal warm-up. I already felt kind of like tired and sore. I think the jumping day yesterday, it really took it out of me. I had quite a long day, early shift yesterday. Early shift, and then I did jumping workout. And then I went out with my friends to go and play pool. And I think that just a whole combination of events meant that I was really sort of removing my recovery capital and the ability I was going to have to recover from that workout. But we live and we learn. As a result, I feel like my nervous system was kind of fried from the jumping and obviously the lack of sleep. So I wasn't actually able to get a set of 5 pull-up muscle-ups, which is what I was going for. I mean, I barely got 3, and then the fourth one, it just felt like shit. The thing is with muscle-ups, it's kind of like Olympic weightlifting movements as well, in that it requires power and explosiveness, and if you don't input the correct amount of power, if you don't input the right amount, and your technique isn't good, then you're not going to make the lift. It's not like you can grind out a muscle-up. If you don't get high enough to pull up and if you don't get high enough in the pull and get your chest and your stomach over the bar, you're not going to be able to complete the rep. So on those last 2 reps of pretty much all of these sets, I think only one set I got 4. It just felt absolutely god-awful, really atrocious. But as I said, that's part of the process. These workouts here are equally as important as the workouts where you're doing really well and you're performing at your best and you're feeling amazing. In fact, I've recently been listening to some Ivan Djurg videos for inspiration, not for recording my own content, but just because there's some times when I really don't want to work out, but then I go look at Ivan's content and I see the number, Squat Every Day, number 1,100, whatever it is. And dude's made of iron. He's been doing this for a very long time, but fundamentally, he's still just like every one of us. All of us who have this commitment to training, to physical fitness, to athleticism, whatever it is, whatever physical discipline or whatever thing you're committed to. He just says that, it's not like he just wakes up every day and then goes and skips over to the squat rack and then starts doing the workouts. No, it's a conversation, he says. It's a conversation in your head that you have to convince yourself to go and do these things. You have to play mental gymnastics with yourself, mental mind games to go and get yourself to do the workout. Now, I didn't really have a hard time getting myself to go and do the workout today, but completing the workout, I definitely needed to do that. It's one thing trying to push yourself through a workout when you have recovered well. You know that if you push yourself a little bit more, you might perform a little bit better. But when you know that the workout's going to be shit before you even start it, and then you're even in the midst of it, and you know the workout's going to be terrible, trying to convince yourself to carry on is one of the most challenging things mentally and emotionally. And same thing with these strict press here. It's just disappointing that last week I was able to do 65 for 4, 3 sets, or was it 2 or 3 sets, and then this week barely managing 62.5. I think I got 1 set of 4, and then the other 4 sets I barely managed 3, and some of them I was even struggling to do 2. So there's that. And front levers, it's hard to know if I'm progressing, to be honest. It depends on the perspective you're looking at it from. If you're looking at a very, very long-term perspective, like the last 2 years, my front lever has progressed quite a bit, but especially in the last sort of few months, I don't really feel like it's gotten that much better. That could just be the mental state I'm in right now, the perspective I'm looking at it from. And we will see what a few nights of really good sleep and good quality rest and nutrition will do for me. You'd be surprised how overpowered sleep, nutrition, and just all round good quality recovery can do for your performance in workouts and training. So this definitely isn't the way I wanted to finish this last workout of this cycle of the program, but that's what it was. That's how reality is. And again, just learning to accept that is the challenge. But I am looking forward to doing the next 5 weeks of the program. And I think that's mostly because I'm now going to have a bit more variety in the workouts. I think for doing the same workout for 5 weeks, in my personal experience, it has gotten a little bit stale, just doing these same 3 movements over and over again. Yes, keeping it simple is important, but you can't just do the same things forever and continue to make progress. You have to add variety, whether that's in sets and reps, whether that's in changing the movement, maybe unilateral slash bilateral, making the movement more complex. There's many ways you can alter and change a movement. One thing I did change today actually was at the end of the last set of strict press. So I do 5 sets of 4, and after the last set of 4, which I ended up having to do is like 1 set of 3 and then a 1 at the end, because I was really struggling with completing the reps with that weight. It was 62.5 kilos. I decided that I was going to do a back off set. So the back off set, I just dropped the bar, stripped it down to like 40 kilos, and I probably rested about 45 to 60 seconds and went straight into that 40 kilo strict press, as many reps as I possibly could. Ended up getting 15, and it was right around that sort of 10th rep mark when you already got the residual fatigue from the rest of the session built up. When it really does test you physically but also mentally. That's how you build work capacity in a specific movement pattern. And I don't know why I haven't been doing it more often, doing back off sets. It's just milking a bit more volume out of the movement pattern when you can. Right at the end of a set, when you've already stimulated the muscles and you've already pushed them towards their limit, and then you can just drop the weight and then just get as many as you can in. So here it is. I tried to rep out and get as many in as quickly as possible first, so that I could just get the quick reps out of the way first. And then you can really see me starting to struggle about here. It's probably like 7 or 8 reps now. Then I think I pause around 10 to get a proper rest in. I don't know if it's easier to rest with the bar in the bottom position when the muscles are fully stretched, or if it's better to rest in a lockout position at the top when the arms are overhead and the blood's draining out of your arms. But it's really, really hard. High rep overhead press, guys. Give it a try. It's very challenging mentally and physically. But all in all, I am very glad that I completed this workout. I've never done a workout where I've finished it and been like, oh, I really wish I hadn't done that. So yeah, that's it for me, and I will catch you in the next one.